One moment. Okay, perfect. Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to this session number 424. And today, I will try to solve this problem. This is the easy I solved. This is the second I solved, and the other is this. Okay, this is part of the big weekly contest 147. Okay, and okay, longest subsequence with decreasing adjacent difference. You are given an array of integer nums. Your task is to find the length of the longest subsequence sec is of nums such that the absolute difference between consecutive elements form a non-increasing sequence of integers. In other words, for a subsequence, absolute difference between the consecutive elements form a decreasing sequence of integers. In other words, for a subsequence sec 0, 1, 2, blah blah blah, sequence 1 minor sequence 0 is greater than sequence 2, the sequence 1, and so on. Okay, this is the first example. We have 16, 6, and 3, and the answer is 3. The longest subsequence is all the array with the absolute difference, with the absolute adjacent difference 10 and 3, because the difference between this and this is 10, and this is 3. And follow this no increasing sequence is in decrease order. Okay, now 6, 4, 2, 1. The longest subsequence is 6, 4, 2, 1 with the absolute adjacent difference 2, because the difference between this and this is 2, this and this is 2, and this is and this is 1. And now here is 10 to 20, 10, 19, and the difference between this and this is 10. Between this and this is 0. No. Between this and this is 1. No. Between this and this is 1. Between this and this is 10. And this, no. Okay, it's time to move to middle. Okay, it's here. Okay, now return the length of the longest subsequence such that the absolute difference consecutive elements, absolute difference between the consecutive elements is in decreased order. But in this case, for example, projection monitor 1. Okay, got it. Now the idea is okay, perfect. Now the idea is that we need decrease values. Absolute values means that negative and positive, but in this case positives. And for example, the difference between this and this is 10. Now between this and this is 10, this and this is 1, this and this is 9, and this and this is 10. But in this case it's not consecutive, it's a subsequence. Means that I can take only, for example, the 10, I don't know, the 20, the 19, and the 10. You know, in this case I am omit this 10. Yeah, in this case, for example, the difference between this and this is 10, this and this is 1, and this and this is 9. And okay, now what is the longest value? Okay, in this case, if it's in decreased order, means that the last element should be have the minor value. Here should be appear the minor value, and here the maximum. Okay, now this, for example, with this I can get 10. For example, this with this is 10, this with this is 1, 10, 0, and 10. In this case the first is 10. No, sorry, the minimum no, the minimum is 1. This with this. Okay, the constraints. Nums have 2 elements at least, and the values are positives. Wow. Okay. The maximum difference here, this and this is 10, 0, this and this is 9, this and this 0, this and this is 10. Okay, is this okay? We have 10. Now the difference between this and this is 10, with this is 1, with this is 10, and with this is 0. Okay, the minimum is 10. Now the next, this with this is 9, this with this is 0, this with this is 10. Okay, I need one number minor. It's in decreased order. Minor equal, or it's only equal? It's only minor, sorry. Equal. Okay, it's okay. This is right. Now this and this, the difference is 9. Okay, and this is done. Now the difference between this and this is 9. This and this is 1. Okay, it's 9. And now the difference between this and this is 10. 10, 10, 9, 9, 10. No, it's not 10 because I need one number minor equal to 9. Okay, in this case the difference between this is 10. It's not possible add here. It's 10, 10, 9, 9. 10, 10, 9, 9. The longest subsequence is 10, 20. Okay, I think that is this plus 1. In this case, is this plus 1. This plus 1. Okay. The only thing here is that how can I know because in this case, for example, I need to know the difference between this with all of them. 10, 0, 9, 0, 10. Okay? But how can I do this without performing, because in this case is n, because is this for all of them, 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 this for all of them. And I'm not sure if this is the is a good approach. Yeah. Yeah, because for example, if here appear 100 and no, 100, instead of this is 100. Difference between this and 10. This and this is 0. If I take this, now is this with this is 10. This with this is 19. Okay, in this case, no, it's 18. 80. Now this is done. This is done. Now is this with this is 9. This with this is 0. Okay, the next step is 9. But no, I think that this is not a good approach. If I only take the first greater element, okay. If I need to get the difference between I need a greater element and the pair of, I need a pair. This is the greater element and this is the lower element. In this case, for example, the elements minor, it's only positives. It's only positives, let me check. And in this case, this is the greater element. If this is 10, 9, 0, 10. Okay, it's with this. Now is this with 10? Okay, if in this case the first I need two elements, greater and lower, yeah, but could appear in this way or in this way, yeah. First the greater and next to the lower, or lower and greater, whatever. Now what happens if I save this in an stacks, yeah, and two stacks with the lower and greater element. In this case the lower following this is okay, in this case is 10 and 10, 10 and 10, and the greater elements is 20. No, I had the idea to take this and only consult what is the next, what is the minor element that I can search here. In this case is 10, and what is the greater element, that is 20. But how? This is a lower, in this case is okay. I think that if I use a priority queue for sort these elements, or only add, no. Okay, if I know what is the minor element and the greater element in the right side, in this case is 10 with the minimum is 10, with the maximum is 20. In this case 20. Now the next is this the minimum element is 10, and the maximum is 20. In this case is 10. This with this is 10. This with this is 10. Okay. Now the next that is this. What is the minor element in this side and the maximum or the greater element or greater value in this case is 10 and 10 and 10 and 20. Is this, but if I follow this is complete. I think here is 10, 10, 9. No, is this with this, that is 10. Now the next that is this, the difference between this and this. is 9, and this is 1. I think that the 9. Okay, and the final I have different values, but it's the same length. 4 plus 1 is 5. I have a doubt. What is possible to reuse a values? Because for example, if I have 100 and is this with this is 19, this with this is 18, 80, this with this is 19, no, this with this is 81, no, this with this is 19, and this is 18. Now this with this is 10, this with this is another 10, this with this is 1. I need a hint. Yeah, definitely in this big weekly the problems were very hard, at least for me. Could not this yeah, I think that maybe this happened because try to use the transversal many times the array, I think. Okay, said that is true. Okay, I think that the maximum number could have this. Okay. I need to figure out how know what is the minimum number in the right side, but okay, for example, if I have this and I start in this side searching what is the greater element, in this case is 10, is 20 with 10. The absolute difference is 10, 0, 1, 0, 10. Okay, the closest element in this case is the 20 is 10. Okay. Now the next is, this is done. Now the next that is the 20. 20 with 20 is 0, 10, 1, 10. Okay, it's with this. No, but in essential it's the same. This with this, this with this, this with this, this with this. Yeah, I am doing exactly the same in another way, but I think that is the same. Yeah, it's in essential this. Try to, yeah, if you only use two fours, well, I think that is more easy, sorry. But this is not the idea. The idea is to to solve without many transversals. Mm, mm, and I can, for example, if I have the 100 and the final, obviously the maximum difference is with this, but for example, if at the beginning we have the minimum number and here the maximum number, is initial this with this, the minimum number, the next is this with this, and the next is this with this, but I don't think that is right. Okay, let me check. The test, what is the test? I think that is this, comma 100, and here return 3 3, obviously not 3 but 5, still in 5. And following my idea is this with the grid elements is this 10 1, this with this 2, this with this no, because it's 19, this with this no, but if I take this with this is 90, this with this is 90, this with this is 81, this with this is not. It's in decrease order, okay. Again, this, the difference between this and this is 19, this and this is 18, this with this is 90, this and this is 81, this with this is 19, this and this is 80. Now, okay, 90, 81, 90, 80. Okay, I think that is much clear. And now in decrease order I can remove this, this. If I remove this, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, or I can remove this and it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I will check the hint. It's with dynamic programming. No. Okay. Now, if it's using dynamic programming, I'm not ready to solve. Okay, I will check the solution because, to be honest, I don't know the dynamic programming. We have the okay, let me copy and paste here. I think that is much clearer. Now is we have the nums. Okay, this is the maximum number, 200. Okay, sorry. Now it's max 0. The first is fill this into position 0. Nums in the position 0. Nums in the position 0, that in this case nums in the position 0 could we have the any value. In this case with the test is 10. Okay, for example, in this case the 10 in the index 10, I fill all the values, all the the array with ones. Okay, and we start in 1 because the first was calculate with 1. And now is g, it's equal nums in index I, that in this case is 20 or 20. Now is a 4, that is times 0, and reach the 300. I initialize this. Okay, let me now is current is equal 0 if g, that is 20, less j, it's greater than okay, this is for now if the difference in this case j, it's equal 20 less 0, it's greater than 0, yeah. Current it's equal mat.max and g less 1 no, it's 20 less 0, 20 in the position 0 plus 1. In this case this is 0 plus 1 is 1, and current, that current is 0, between 1 and 0 it's 1. Okay, now if j plus g plus j, it's mean or equal 300, we can perform this, but instead reduce is increase, plus okay, let me format this. And we have the maximum between current and J and G and J. Okay. Solutions. Yeah. Create 2D where represent the longest subsequence that ends with the value g and the difference between the consecutive elements. The size of the 301 is chosen because the values known are between 1 and 300, and the difference between consecutive elements also range between 0. Okay, initially set all the values in TP with the table to 0. For the first number in the array, initialize the all possible from the 0 to 300 as the subsequence of the length is 1 because it's with itself. For each subsequence elements in the array, try to extend the subsequence ending at previous element. Consider it both increasing and decreasing difference. For each possible difference, update the TP table to reflect the longest subsequence possible that ends in the current element. After updating the TP table for each element, propagate the longest subsequence backward to maintain the non-increasing difference condition. Wow. Okay. I need to start with the dynamic programming topic, I think, and only for the final. Oh no, let me reset this because it's not my solution. Oh, okay. Wow, this is very low. Okay, nice. Well, I think that it's enough for this session, but thanks for following this transmission, and I hope see you in the next. Bye bye.